Preparing the live stream. Come on, YouTube's lagging, dude. YouTube's lagging. Oh my god! Come on, YouTube. This is why we're moving to Kick, dude.
Dude, I've been holding my head in for 10 seconds. I can't hold it.
Let's go! We're live! We're live! We're live! The Basics Podcast live on 420. Hitler's birthday at 420. Let's go!
God damn it. Is it Hitler's birthday?
Woo!
No, stop! Stop doing that, dude! Stop doing that! Stop it!
It's also National High Five Day!
High five, bro!
Give me a high five! Woo!
Yo, shouts out to 420, bro. You know that shit. We got that shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is the shit to make you smarter, dude. It don't make you dumb. It make you smart.
It, dude. We fucked up already, dude. We didn't make it
How long was it? Was it like 15 seconds?
I don't even know, dude. I think it might be 11 minutes, actually. I don't even know. Who cares?
That we're not allowed to curse?
I don't know. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We'll smoke it live.
Happy 420.
Happy 420. This is the major unveiling on why we switched to Thursdays, was so that we could have a podcast on 420. So,
Yep.
Thank you for making that adjustment way in advance. You know, we appreciate you guys understanding. We'll be going back to Tuesdays now. No, I'm just kidding. No, we won't. So
what's new in the world? There's a few things happening right now.
I have two breaking stories. One of them political, one of them scientific.
Let's list. You list the stories you got. I'll list the stories that I got, and we'll see if any match up and what are the good ones and which one we want to roll with first.
All right. So my one, let's see, because I've got. Let's see here. What do I got? Did I already talk about the train crash? I already talked about the train crash, huh?
I think we just the train crashed and then we didn't have an episode that week. And then we just fucked off last week because I was fucked off.
So I did not talk about the train crash. So I guess that's one of them. Another one is, where'd it go? Hold on. We got particles from an asteroid, okay, that are we were talking about a couple of, I don't know, 5-6 podcasts ago, we were talking about, the building blocks of life and how they're everywhere in the universe. And we just got some confirmed evidence on an asteroid that has a lot of crazy shit in it. So that's one. Two is a James Webb Space Telescope discovery. That could fuck everything. It could literally fuck us all over. It's just we think we know what the fuck's going on and we actually don't. One of those ones, you know what I mean? We got one of those. What's that?
I'm not part of that. I don't think anybody knows anything. I know a little bit, but
I don't know shit. But I mean, for the scientists, because I'm a scientist in Montana here. I mean, my fellow Montana scientists is what I mean when I say we. It's the royal Montana scientists. And then breaking news, everybody. SpaceX Starship flagship launch explosion. That shit failed, bro. But it was also a success, but it just blew up today, I think. So that was one. It
was this morning. That was one of my two news stories.
So I'll let you cover that one and I'll follow up. But my third one is the Fox News Dominion settlement. The Fox News trial versus Dominion settlement, the day before they were about to go into court. They were gonna have in court calling witnesses and shit, and then Fox News settled yesterday. They were supposed to go to court today, and then they settled out of court yesterday for fucking $720 million. $720 million. Dominion as a company was only worth fucking 20 million. and they settled for $700 million. The suit was for a couple billion, or like 1 or 2 billion. Like that's what they would have gone to court for, but they settled for 720 million on Dominion, the voting machine company. So I was going to talk about that, and that was yesterday. So that's kind of still breaking news. But yeah, that's all I got. Should we start off with the
the other one I had was the Nelk Boys dropped a new podcast with Donald Trump. The original Donald Trump podcast was their biggest podcast of all time, and it got banned off YouTube.
The Nelk Boys, the Canadian boys?
Yeah. Well, one of them's Canadian.
Like,
yeah.
Steve will do it. Like
Steve's not allowed on camera anymore on YouTube. It's an instant takedown, instant strike on YouTube. If Steve will do it on any channel. But
it's like, isn't their co-host the guy that like ran the gym in LA that never shut down?
Bradley Martin is one of the Full Send co-hosts now. Yeah. He's not an original guy, but he's one of the co-hosts.
What's the difference between Full Send and Nelk Boys?
The Nelk Boys are like the group of boys. Full Send is their podcast. The Full Send podcast.
Stop it.
And it's what's his name? The Canadian guy. Canadian.
I thought their names were Tim and Eric. I thought they were fucking like both Canadian, like those two little boys.
I don't know who Tim or Eric is. They might have been one of the original guys, but they're not around any longer.
Tim and Eric was a TV show anyway.
Dude, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Hold on. I got it. But so anyways, they had their first podcast with Donald Trump was their largest podcast, and it got taken down 24 hours after it was up. And
shit, okay. So they got silenced. They got censored.
That got censored. Kyle Forgard. You know Kyle?
I don't know any of their.
He's the original.
That was like with Steve.
Steve's not an original.
No,
well,
but like those
not for the Full Send podcast. He's an original Nelk boy.
Oh yeah, that guy with the guy that got the veneers that didn't have the veneers before.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really watch any of their stuff before their podcast. I started watching them with their podcast because they got big names on. Like that was Elon Musk, right? So, anyways, Donald Trump, their first one got banned 24 hours, and it was going viral. They had him on, and then they just dropped a podcast. It was a short one. It was like 45 minutes. They just had him on, and in the podcast, they asked him at the end about aliens, and Donald's like, he's like, I'm not really into aliens, but I know a lot of really smart people that are into that, and they're always talking about this place in America where I guess they said the aliens are coming down, and it's
Trump said that?
Where they make contact with us. Trump said that, dude. Word for fucking word. And he's like, you guys know about this place? And they're like, no, what's this place? He's like, oh, okay, we'll talk about it off air. And he didn't name the place, but he said like he's like there's a place in America where the aliens come down and contact us, dude.
Is it Mar-a-Lago? Just kidding.
I don't know. It might be Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know. There's a few places. Ranch. Mount Shasta. Who knows, dude? There's a lot of weird places.
Okay. Shit. That's fire. So
should have said that word for word.
So Donald Trump was sitting there in this podcast in a chair, just being like, yes, there is aliens that come down, or there are people that I know. Let me do an impression. So he said
that's terrible, dude. That sounds like a Rothschild or something. That doesn't sound like Donald Trump.
Hold on, listen.
Let me screen share it.
So I don't know, but there are, people that I know that do say that there are aliens coming down in one particular area. I can't name the area, of course, but the area that does exist there, that area there. It's a very good area. It's a very strong area when for alien visitors. They're very strong and they're very good. And there's no fraud there. It's not fake news. This is real news. Is that good? Was that a good impression or no?
Tidbits. The first impression would sound like something of like some old money royalty type.
Yeah,
thing.
I threw like an English accent on there for some reason.
Here, just you gotta watch it real quick because he gives a little bit of info, but like at the same time, not that much info.
And I
Russia,
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
Are aliens real?
That was the last question.
That's an interesting. I know personally.
You
I
don't
think
talk.
so.
You don't talk about aliens.
I don't.
much.
I'm not a big alien person. I got enough things going without worrying about it. But I'll tell you what. You have a lot of smart people that think that there happens to be a certain site that's the #1 most visited site in the whole country. You know that,
What's
right?
that?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they think the aliens come down, and
I haven't been on that.
I'll tell you about it after the show.
I thought it was a different site.
One,
No,
one-
it's a different.
one last question. Biden said that you actually left him a very generous.
That's it.
Wow, dude, we should. Oh, damn! I do need to watch that.
Now that I watched it back, it could have been like a troll. I don't know. He was doing this. And he kind of like looked off to the side and had a little smirk, and he's like, "I'll tell you after the show," because he could be like fucking.
I
with
thought
them,
he was
you know?
gonna say Area 51, and then he could talk about as the president all the shit that he knows about Area 51, because he was saying, he was like, the popular, it's the #1 area, it's the best area, Area 51, or like maybe Roswell. I don't know, but like I feel like I don't know if that was a troll. I think that was real. I think he was like saying, I do know shit, and I'll tell you about it, because obviously as clearance, he's the commander in chief. He can look up Area 51, all the shit he wants about Area 51. You know what I mean?
I don't think he can.
Why?
That's, dude. You actually think like the people that run these secret bases are actually gonna like give Trump that information, or
No, but
all
as
these
the
black
president,
sites? Especially if they're run by intelligence agencies like CIA or FBI, these where they have black budgets. That he's commander in chief for the military. Those organizations aren't military. You know what I mean?
But they are on, like, that's a base. That's like a base. You know what I mean? That's like federal land. Like, he as the commander in chief, and me on day one, commander in chief. All right, boys, fucking. My fucking all of my boys, like whoever my cabinet is, all the ranking officials that I appoint. What can we figure out about Area 51? What can we figure out?
Area 51 has already been. Obama's already talked about Area 51. Everyone already knows about it.
But my point is, what I'm saying is, Trump could have said this on day one, and this is maybe what he was alluding to. So you're just going off. You think it was a troll because of his mannerism?
No, I don't know if it's a troll. I'm saying it's a possibility.
I don't think it's a troll. I think he knows some shit. I think any president knows some shit that they could be like, okay, what's the fucking cutting edge on this fucking alien shit? Like, as a president, I'm just gonna talk to my generals, my 5-star generals, be like, hey, what the fuck? What is this shit? Like, tell me right now. And then I'll talk to everyone else. I'll be like, what is this shit? What is the shit? As the president, I mean, yeah, you're going to get the curtain pulled over your eyes. You're a figurehead in a large degree as the president. You don't run everything. Absolutely not. But you got a lot of fucking sway, and you can find shit out. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll bet you Trump does know some shit, and he could have potentially shared that off camera with the Nelk boys. I'll bet you he did share it off camera. I'll bet you he does know some shit.
Dude, within the first 5 minutes, he's talking about his uncle, John Trump from MIT. And talking about nuclear energy and how like it can power everything.
There you go.
We're straight off the bat, dude.
That's what I mean. So it's like, as the president, you get access. Well, not as president, but like as someone in these circles of like, these higher echelons of like networks. Yeah, all of this shit. You're like, yeah, this guy has a $500 million and he has it invested in a nuclear plant, and he knows every step of the process, and it could solve all of our problems if you just scale it correctly. And you could know that because you talk to these people. But it's like, they're not going to put that out. No one's going to say it. No one's going to say that. It's like a unspoken code. You know what I mean? It's like no one's going to come out and air the dirty laundry or like show someone's secret sauce. You know, it's like, that's the secret sauce. Like, I'm sure Trump knows a lot about free energy or like whatever. Like, he's very against like the windmills and shit, right? Like, notoriously, like Trump hates the windmills for some reason. Hates the windmills.
Well,
But maybe
he
he
talks about
the windmills.
he talks about windmills in this podcast too. He talks about how like
Does he?
he talks about how he doesn't say he hates them, but he talks about how they're inefficient compared to the money we put into them compared to other sources of fuel that we can use to produce energy.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even watch the podcast, and that's what I'm saying though.
Do you know about John Trump?
No.
You don't know, hey, bro, you're a Montana scientist. You don't know about John Trump? He was part of the team that was tasked after Tesla died to go through his documents and analyze Tesla's, like, all of his shit.
Ah, shit.
And he's one of the longest tenured MIT professors or dudes at MIT. John Trump, his uncle, Trump's uncle, Trump's dad's brother.
Mr. Dr. Trump?
Trump's dad's brother. And he was one of the guys I went through after Tesla died, got all of his documents, and there's hella conspiracy theories about it. About, I don't know, it goes deep, you know, about like free energy and possible time travel and shit like that. But you know, that's all like internet conspiracy theory. But his uncle was like a real MIT scientist that goes deep into like Tesla and energy and shit like that.
Free energy, bro. Free energy, where you can just project energy from a Tesla coil over like miles and miles and miles, and you just have receivers that grab the electricity out of the air. That was a real thing, or that is a real thing. It's just like no one's doing it. Why the fuck is no one doing it? Tesla. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, I've heard that arguments against that is like you could send energy that way, but if we were to do it now, it would also fuck up a lot of our communication systems that we have today with radio waves and like cell phones, and because we use those for communications, and actually sending power like that over the air would like fuck up with that. But imagine. So thank you for that clarification, because that's a very good like caveat to that. They're both
situation
on the electromagnetic spectrum, you know.
But just imagine. So let's take a little stroll down memory lane in history here. So Tesla, he has this ability to broadcast energy through the air, right? Imagine a history or a universe, like we might have a little parallel universe that branched off because Tesla made one, or like some senator decided to do this. Imagine if we just focus on that, just that. So like fuck sending messages, you know, through, you know, Morse code, like the very basic early electric communications. Fuck all that. Fuck that. Imagine if before we even got to that point, we figured out how to send power through the air. And so that took over everything. So communication and data and whatever we do with our data and Wi-Fi was not the priority. The priority was sending electricity to a farmer that had an electric receiver on his electric motor for his tractor that in 1900 could fucking run that tractor off of the energy that he's getting from the air through electricity. Imagine if that's the universe that we are in right now. Like if communication was not the priority, and if just getting the power was, and if we prioritize that through Tesla, like that is a fucked up universe that we would be in. It would be awesome.
Have you heard of Tartaria?
What is this?
You don't know about Tartaria, bro? Oh my gosh, bro, dude, you got a lot to learn, dude. You got to scour the interwebs for like, you got to do like some Adderall and just stay up for like a week straight and just like go on conspiracy forums. Tartaria and the mud flood. You've never heard
mud
of
flood? I had a mud flood yesterday, but I don't think that's what we're talking about.
So Tartaria is this older civilization, not ancient, like not too long ago, like a few hundred years ago, that has
like Atlantis,
sort of, but not quite like to the level of Atlantis. It's like from like the 1800s and previous to that.
They had electricity.
Well, so on old maps, there's a country that's huge. Its location is like Russia and parts of China and in that area. And a lot of the architecture found around the world on their buildings have, and religious buildings like cathedrals and stuff have like points on top of the building in metal objects. Like if you see, or like domes, like pointed domes. And the conspiracy is that this civilization, the civilization or country had this technology to like send power wirelessly and had free energy. And they've been erased from history through like whoever controls books and information and knowledge and teaching in
the winners of
stuff.
the wars.
Right. And so Tartaria, also, if you look at the Great Wall of China and how the Great Wall of China is built, there are these notches in the wall that are supposedly for defense, where you can like point a bow and arrow out,
right,
and shoot an incoming invader. But on the Great Wall of China, those notches are actually pointed towards the Chinese side of the wall, not the old Tartarian side, or like conventional history says to keep out the Mongols, but that same territory is also the territory that Tartaria used to be. So the conspiracy is that the Great Wall of China was actually the Tartarian wall, and those notches where you can actually shoot out, it's pointed towards China.
Let's
go.
Yeah,
dude, you would love Tartaria, dude.
Let's go.
It goes deep. Tartaria is really interesting, and
but that all stems from them having free energy, so they were able to,
all of their structures had these domes on it, and that they say were like the antennas to get that energy. And they like, yeah. I know I'm not the guy for everything Tartaria, but I know a little bit about it.
That's awesome. Dude, yeah, no, but there is a lot of knowledge, and dude, that's what we're losing. So it's like, you see shit on TikTok, it's like, look at this old Chinese jointery, this wood joinery for a temple. And you look at these fucking cuts, dude, that are 1,000 years old. They're disassembling a temple, and no nails, wood jointery that is just so complex that it is. But it was astounding when I was just scrolling through. I got lost on a TikTok like little rabbit hole of like ancient Chinese carpentry. You stop whining. And that made me realize right there, just like, you as a guy that works with wood, like, that there are levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there are levels to manipulating and working with materials. You can be entry level, you can be an apprentice, you can be a journeyman, you can be a master. There's all these levels. And then, but that's today. That's like what we have today. And we've gone away from like manipulating materials as a skill set. Like that is not like, they always say, or they're saying now, it's like, we need more fucking plumbers. We need more fucking carpenters. We need more electricians. It's like, we need more people in the trades. And with that cry for like more workers is also coming like a drain of like skill. Like the skill is all going away. It's like and that has happened so many times, right? Where it's like a knowledge bottleneck. It's like everything bottlenecks because there's only so many certain people that are still doing this thing, It's like in the Black Death with like, iron workers or whatever, or like, blacksmiths. It's like you can see the quality of steel drops like during the Black Plague. It's like there's no one knows how to do anything anymore because the very like, there's that's all I'm trying to say is like, when you look at the amount of knowledge we have today, it's like the same amount, maybe, or maybe it's less, but it's probably like the same amount as we've always had. but it changes, it shifts. Like what information we can have as a society, like will change through time. And it's like we have lost all of the physical manipulation side of that. Like, yes, we have computers. We are really good at programming and making websites and doing all of this shit.
We're in the silicon age, so we're at the height of mastering that technology. But then there's the iron age. We're the height of that. There was the bronze age. There's the height of that. There was a stone age, and there's these giant stone structures. We don't fucking know how they even move the things.
Exactly. But imagine all of the effort of humanity that we have created with computers going towards moving stone. We're going to figure out how the fuck to do it. We're going to figure it out. You know, we're smart as fuck. We have figured out how to manipulate each new material that comes our way. And that is where the brain, the most of the majority of the knowledge goes towards, is like that new thing, you know, but there's just as much value in the old thing. And it's like, you know, that's what is cool. That, and I like how you put it, like in the Stone Age and the Bronze Age and the Iron Age, it's like all these ages. We're in the Silicon Age. I like that. Is that a thing?
What?
Like the Silicon Age, or did you just come up with that?
No, that's a thing. That's a thing. That's like the age we're in now, the microchip age.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's theories behind that. I haven't read any of that, but okay. It just makes so much sense. It's like, but like that mastery, that ancient knowledge, where is it, dude? It's gone. It's gone. How do we get it back? Is there any way to get it back? Or is it just like magic? Is it the same as magic now? You know what I mean? It's like, how do we get it back? Can we get it back? I don't know.
Well, let's get
into
shrooms.
You take shrooms and you go into your genetic DNA, your genetic memory that you have from those people that existed, because we are all still like a running. That's why you got to have kids, bro. Like, I don't want to have kids, but I'm going to have kids because I am a running timeline from the fucking beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Like I am.
If it ends with you, then like
I fucked up.
You're the ultimate failure.
I'm the ultimate failure, bro.
Forever, like literally from like the start of like when life started.
That's
like,
what I mean, dog.
You are the failure that ends it, dude.
That's what I mean, bro. It's like I don't want to have a kid, but I have to have a kid because I'm not gonna be a failure. Genetically speaking, bro, I'm gonna propagate my seed, bro. I'm gonna propagate it, but
bro, I feel it 100%.
Okay, but I really don't want a kid.
Okay, why not?
Because that means responsibility, dog. You gotta take care of a thing. I don't have to take care of shit.
You got a dog right there.
Yeah, but fucking look at him. You think a baby is gonna just do that? No, not while I'm yelling and screaming and talking about. Actually, dude, that was a good little. I like that. That was fire. That was fire.
Let's get into whatever topic you want to get into that you've been saving for the last like month that we haven't gone into.
Well, did I talk about the train? I feel like I did talk about the train. Or did I just tell you about the train?
I think we just like talked about it on the side. But if you want to get into, no, we didn't, because I would have brought up like, is it part of fifth generational warfare of like all these attacks on our infrastructure? We're seeing all these train derailments. We didn't get into any of that.
Okay. Should we say that for next time? Because at this point, it's not breaking news anymore. That's not breaking news. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
all right, you pick whatever.
I think this podcast is valuable for breaking news. I think we need to break some news, which is the Starship, or actually, no, you wanted to talk about that one.
I'm just saying that was on my list of topics.
Okay.
I don't have much information other than I watched a little bit of it this morning.
So, you did watch it?
I watched it like 5 minutes after. I didn't watch it live. I missed it.
But you saw the explosion.
I did, yeah.
Can you describe the explosion?
Big as fuck.
Big as fuck. Was it like black and red, or was it like blue and white?
Did you not watch it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me pull it up. We'll watch it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna take Mr. Producer break. Will you pull that up?
Oh,
Or should we both take one?
hold on. I gotta play the music. Hold on.
Yeah, get that cued, play the music, and then we're gonna producer it. Mr. Medusa, gonna take a piss. Oh shit, hold on, I forgot one thing. All right, here it is. Do you see this?
Yes.
Do you see the outside condition?
Yeah. It's poisonous chemicals from the train crash.
This is a river beer. So I have about 90, probably 100 left. I've drank about 20 of them. And they're good. They're fine. Maybe they sat in the river, sat in the sun for a little bit, but you know what? Still tastes cold like the Rocky Mountain River water that it came out of. It was made out of Rocky Mountain River water, and it sat in it too. And then now I'm drinking it. So it's full circle. It's fine.
Long live Coors Light. Fuck Budweiser.
Coors, baby. And I
Yeah,
have some Blue Moon up there too. But
if that was Bud, I would tell you to throw it away.
Every time you
Throw it
drink it,
down the drain.
you got to do this to get the sediment out of it.
All right, you ready for the launch?
Let's do it. And also, that took so long because I have chipmunks in my bird feeders, and I had to fucking throw rocks at them. Because he moved to Texas, dude. If he was launching from Florida, he'd been fine. Just kidding. That's supposed to have people on it.
Zero post-launch flight operations.
I love how they show the speed.
It's awesome. It's great.
43 seconds into the test flight of the inaugural Starship vehicle, tower clear to land a pitch over. Propulsion reports first stage engines nominal. What a sight from the ground cameras at Starbase. We're flying at twice the thrust of the Saturn V heading to space.
Twice the thrust of Saturn V. Holy shit.
I have all the numbers.
We're throttled down and throttled back up. Going through the period of maximum aerodynamic pressure. As the velocity increases, the density of the atmosphere is decreasing.
Max Q.
Lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out, max Q now. Continuing to watch the first stage as we head downrange. A 100 seconds into flight. Our next major activity is going to be shutdown of the first stage. Houston tracking station now acquiring the vehicle. With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship from Super Heavy and ignition of the Starship engines. When Starship separates, we light up 6 engines in a staggered sequence. And if all goes well, those 6 engines will burn for almost 6.5 minutes.
It's not it.
View from Starship.
No?
Not yet.
And there's views of the Raptor engines on the second stage.
That's a
as we prepare
success.
for stage separation.
Yeah.
For stage separation, the first stage will flip and begin a boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
Oh, it's on the re-entry?
No, just keep watching.
Continuing to fly, 2 minutes 40 seconds. Let's get ready for main engine cutoff.
Booster engine cut off.
Beginning to flip for stage separation.
It's doing a spiral right now.
Yeah, it's outgassing from up top and in the middle. It's not supposed to do that.
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation,
Yeah,
where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
Yeah, Kate, right now it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now.
Holy
Obviously,
shit.
this is, does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it does appear to
God,
be
bro.
spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
There,
Why are they cheering?
I don't know. I thought the same thing when it happened.
as you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship.
An exciting end?
Integrated
Dude, there's supposed to be
flight.
people on that. That's supposed to take our astronauts to the moon and to Mars. Why the fuck are you cheering? Well, obviously no one knew that. They probably thought that was the successful separation.
That was part 1 though. That was first launch. So, and the main part that they wanted to get done happened.
Yeah,
That
no, that's a
separation.
successful. Yep, that's successful in my book for sure. So the let's see here. 400 feet, dude. 400 feet tall. That's a big thing. That's big as fuck.
Isn't that like what the Great Pyramid of Giza is?
I don't know, but that's how big that is. So, how many million pounds of thrust do you think that it has? Imagine like a pound. How much 1 pound weighs? A gallon of water is like 8 pounds, right?
How many pounds of thrust, dude? 5 billion?
No. 16 million.
Okay, I have no reference to go off for that.
Right. No one does. But
I'm not a
16
rocket
million is
scientist.
very large. You're not.
No, you're the scientist guy. I'm his producer.
Okay, one of the really funny things that I saw when I was reading about this was unrelated to the launch and everything, but it was they got their launch or their what the fuck is it called? The FAA gives them their like permit, their launch permit or whatever, or clearance, their launch clearance.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it lasts for 5 years. And since this was like the first official launch of this model, I guess it took up until fucking like not that long ago to get the clearance from the FAA. And officially, once that happened, they were criticized greatly by the American Bird Conservancy, which blasted the company's operations for allegedly damaging important coastal bird habitats, following a picture of, some shit. Anyway, I thought that was really funny that the American Bird Conservancy had to say about that. They don't care about the future of humanity at all. So let's see here. Yeah, Musk is saying there's probably an 80% chance that by the end of the year, one of the starships will reach orbit. So, this is even before launch. He's saying there's 80% chance that one of them, and I think there's one more. Is there not one more planned for this year?
I have no clue.
I think there's one more planned. But yeah, that was a success in my book.
Yeah, for the first launch, it's supposed to come down and be able to be refueled in like 3 hours for the main boosters,
crazy.
right? Yeah. I was listening to Glenn Beck earlier. He was talking. He had like a segment.
Glenn Beck.
Yeah, Glenn Beck's a G, dude.
What the fuck? That guy from fucking 2006?
Dude, Glenn Beck. He. Have you heard of the Blaze TV?
No.
It's
I've heard it.
Like his own maybe. Independent. He created it. He's like, it's an independent news organization. But dude, if you want to know what's like gonna happen in the economy and in money, the dude's pretty fucking smart when it comes to that. But anyways, he was talking about it because he was talking about how it's like great for like the next step of human evolution. He's like, he was talking about, I forget the exact number, but it cuts the cost of each flight, or like per pound. It was like, no, it was like per ounce of how much it costs to get something in the orbit. Much time. Yeah, it was like 50 something cents for an ounce to get it to space, compared to, I don't remember what he said before, but
it's incredible.
His co-host producer guy was like, dude, I can't even mail a letter for that cheap anymore.
Dude, it's insane. And it's kind of better. You kind of want the explosion. You kind of want the catastrophic failure so that you can get all of your data. What failed, why, and like once this failed, what failed next? You know what I mean? It's like, what are the weak points? It's a great fucking, honestly, couldn't have gone better.
It's better to have it now than when there's people on it.
SpaceX has purposely destroyed their rockets in the past just to get the data from it. They've done this multiple times where they plan a failure. Once it gets to a certain altitude over the ocean, far enough away from anything, they plan a controlled, destruction of the vehicle to see what fails first and how, what the weak points are. They have done this. So, this is great. This is a fantastic data set to get. And I think it's I can't wait for the next launch, which I thought there was going to be another one this year, but I don't know, maybe not.
It might be. Starship launches.
I thought they were planned every 2 years or something.
$2023 launch schedule.
Starship might not be
know.
on there. Might just be this one.
No, I'm on a website that has like all the space launches across the world for like all countries.
Oh, that's quite a few.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through this whole thing. Oh, here we go. Starship. I can select by rocket. It only has this one so far.
There's no schedule.
I think it's been mentioned that they're gonna try and get another one in this year, but I don't think there's a date yet for it.
Dude, it's good stuff, man. I love it. And you know what's funny? It's like with the Saturn program retired and like the fucking it's just there's no other route to go other than private enterprise for these types of things like going to the moon and to Mars. It's like we got to trust the private sector, man. There's no governments really doing it. I mean, Russia, we were using their what the fuck are those called?
Their rockets?
Yeah. The Russian heavy lift. Because that's what this is. This is going to be a heavy lift. Like that's what this launch is. That was the heavy launch vehicle. Super heavy. So this is even bigger than the heavy. This is a super heavy.
You know what I'm interested in? That I haven't seen any pictures or videos from yet is the Chinese space station, the Space Palace, or whatever they call it, Sky Palace. It's called there's a nickname for it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any pictures of that either.
It has a really cool name. Dang, what is it? Sky Palace. Yeah. That's a pretty sick name for a space station. I'm not gonna lie.
The dope ass name.
I haven't seen any pictures of it yet. That they got that thing on lock.
They do, yeah. They're
probably cloning people up there. Have you ever seen the movie The Island?
The Island.
The Island. No. It's with Ewan McGregor, or what's the dude's name? Igor McGregor?
Elon Musk?
The guy that plays Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's the main character in it. And it's called The Island. And I don't know. Do you want me spoil it? It's a good
Yeah,
movie.
go for it. Hit me
Okay.
with the shit.
It's a good movie. I recommend watching it. But so basically, the premise of the movie is that there's this place that everyone thinks it's an island that they're on because there was like a World War III and everything's contaminated with radiation from like all around the world, and there's crews out there cleaning up certain parts, and then people will get selected, and it's an island. It's like an enclosed area. It's this building, right? And occasionally people will in the group will get selected and they'll get sent out and they can go live outside. But what they find out is that it's actually an underground base where they clone people, and all the people that are in there, you find out that they're clones of like super wealthy people and elites, and they only get selected to go outside the island when the wealthy person or the elite needs them to like take their organs or body parts or something. They need a transplant.
Oh shit.
And so he ends up escaping, and and it's a pretty fucking sick movie. It's called The Island. The Island. Yeah.
Okay.
I highly recommend it. It's good.
Dude, that sounds like a good one.
It's not the best. It's not like a Christopher Nolan type movie, but it's good though. It's really good. Just like the idea and everything that happens. But I kind of just spoiled it, but whatever.
No, I'm down. I'm big on me fantasy. Where is it? What did I get?
And it's like some real shit that could actually happen. Because
this is what I rented from the library today: Fantasy Adventure 4-pack. Fucking got Poseidon. It's got King Tut's tomb. It's got fucking Merlin's apprentice and Blackbeard. It's like, dude, I'm gonna fucking smoke so much weed and fucking watch some fucking crazy shit. And then I got the Blade Runner. I got the Blade Runner 2 set. Okay. And then I got, oh yeah. Have you seen the new Harry Potter ones?
Nah.
Yeah, I got those. Then I got Under Fire for my fucking military fucking one. Or whatever it is.
You know, if you lived in civilization, you could just like stream anything you want anytime.
Oh, Courage Under Fire. I can do that now.
I mean, you're still renting DVDs, dude.
Yes. I was at the library, dude. I got to print out my notes. So if I'm at the library to print my shit out, then I might as well fucking rent some DVDs.
How far is the library?
It's in Plains. I went to go do my laundry. That was the main thing. I went to do my laundry. So that's what I go to Plains to do. And then I also go to the grocery store. And then I also go to the dump. I bring all my trash. I go to the dump. And then go to the gas station. What's that?
How much does it cost to dump your trash at the dump?
If you have a Sanders County plate, it's free. It's county.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. County, you can dump anything you want, bro. It's fire. And then I always go to motherfucking Mangy Moose because that's like the general store.
How big is that? How much of a selection do they have from what I saw earlier?
Of guns?
Yeah.
That case?
Because that was just like Glocks you showed me, except for a few on the right-hand side of the picture. That were
times that number of guns by like 6.
So they got a shit ton.
They got a shitload, bro. And it's all no tax. It's all that number you see on the tag, you pay that price, and that's it.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's how West Virginia is for firearms and ammo. Like specifically, I don't know about other stuff for sales tax, but specifically for firearm and ammo, they have no tax on it.
Yeah, no, it's money, dude. And I'm gonna get a 9mm of some sort. I don't know what I should get, but I need one. So I'm gonna have to figure out that. I don't want to spend more than fucking like $500, dude. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible. But I don't know. Those were like special Gen 5 Glocks, which had like engravings on them. So those were more expensive. Like the coloring and stuff. You saw that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But just if you get a plain one, like a plain black one, probably. But
Yeah.
did they have any Ruger Mark IVs?
I don't know. Sorry, I got that after I left.
Oh, okay. You should take a picture of just everything they have there.
I will. But the reason I went to Mangy Moose was to get this. This is for my raft. I'm gonna go floating tomorrow, I think. And I got the fly backing for my new reel for my fly rod. So I'm gonna inflate my boat. I'm gonna do this tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna go catch fish on the river. And I'm gonna take my little scooter. I've showed my scooter. Have I showed my scooter?
Yeah, you showed your scooter.
And I'm gonna drive the car down there, drive the scooter back, float down. It's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna catch fish. Finally. It's been so fucking cold, man. I haven't been fishing in forever.
Do they have a fishing season?
No.
Or is it just year round? You're able to fish.
If you're a Montana resident, you're good.
How big's the Mangy Moose?
Oh, it's huge, man. It's got everything you could ever imagine. It's like a, general store.
Is it like as big as like a
Not
Cabela's?
groceries, not food.
No, is it as big as like a Cabela's or smaller? Like a Bass Pro?
No. It's more like it's not just sporting. It's a like a general store. So it's more like a Dollar General or like a Dollar Tree.
In terms of size
and inventory. It's got like all the essentials, everything you need. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like from fucking laundry shit to fucking this and that, whatever. And then next door to the Mangy Moose, which the Mangy Moose also owns, is the Mangy Moose Nursery. So they've got like plants and soil and like fucking, they sell dirt, all that shit. And then there's just like kind of like the wall of the Mangy Moose is just all guns. And then they got camping and fishing shit too.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt.
Nah.
You should get a 10 millimeter, dude.
10 millimeter?
Yeah, it's not as common, it's more expensive, but if you're gonna come across bear, I've heard it's way better for bear. I've heard like of guys carrying that as their sidearm when they're bison hunting, in case like a bison charges them. They'll carry like a 10 millimeter, something a little bit bigger.
Nice. Okay.
But it also is more expensive and not as common. And you can't carry as many rounds in a magazine.
Yeah, I want the 9mm, I think, just because it's common. I like the availability of the ammo. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's why I got it. I'm trying to get everything NATO rounds, so it's common. Like 5.56, 9mm, 308 Winchester, which is 7.6. Well, it's not exactly the same, but it can shoot 7.62 by 51 millimeter NATO. It's like 5.56, 5.56 NATO, and 223 Remington. It's like the same deal.
Okay. Yeah, the 22. It's not gonna cut it, man. Not if someone comes into work. I'm gonna start bringing my backpack into work and just have my gun in my backpack. At this point, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck it. There's dude, the amount of disgruntled people that I deal with daily is very high. You know what I mean? It's like talking to people on the phone. It's like, oh my God, so sorry that this place that you used to just be able to walk into, you can't walk into anymore. Everyone's fucking pissed off about it.
What can you walk into?
The fucking place that I work. You used to be able to just show up and like stay the night or get in the water, like do this or that. Can't do that. We're full. We're always full.
Oh, okay.
We're full for months and months.
There's a wait time to get a room there.
Oh God, dude!
You guys are popping.
We're into July. There's no rooms till July. Sorry.
Damn. That's good for you guys.
Oh yeah. But people from Montana, they're like, dude, 2 years ago, I used to just be able to walk in here. And it's like, oh, sorry, you want to come and swim? Can't swim either. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, I don't want to, like, we just had the Idaho guy come over and shoot up St. Regis. We just had another Idaho guy fucking shoot 6 college kids in their fucking room. And it's like, dude, I need a 9mm, dude. I need something that I can just fucking have in the bag and just have at my disposal when I need it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be at the front desk. I'll have my bag right there. Boom, bop, bing, bing. That's it. So, yeah, that's why. I got a little revolver, and I got the 22 that Darius gave me, and then I got the 12 gauge. So I need to expand my arsenal.
Hell yeah. I'm always trying to expand arsenal. Dude, they're trying to ban everything now. Washington State just banned the AR platform and the AK platform in the whole state.
You see it?
That's a sick shirt.
Yeah.
I want to wear that to work and just trigger people.
Are there hella fucking do you work with people like that?
Most of the people are like up the hill by Placerville. So they're
cool.
They're cool, but then you could tell there's people that whenever we're having these conversations, they stay silent.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, Washington State just straight up banned like a shit ton of guns.
Dude, did you see Biden's tweet?
No.
Look up the Biden tweet. I got to piss.
I don't follow Biden.
Look up the Biden tweet. He just said ban assault rifles. Bada boom.
I haven't found it yet. When did he tweet it?
Like yesterday or today, maybe. I don't even know. Everything blends together.
Oh yeah, ban assault weapons. It's beyond time.
Yeah. Listen, man. You know me. My politics are all over the place, but the truth is, you go far enough left, you get your guns back, and you start defending your shit. You know, again, it's like there's the pussy ass left, there's the militarized left, and then there's the pussy ass right, and then there's the militarized right. And you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of agreement on that militarization. It's like, let's get it. You know, you need to have that 2A. That's why it's there. Fuck these red coats. Fuck these communists telling us what to do. You know what I mean? It's like that's it's not America. We're in America.
This is America, dude. Shall not be infringed.
Shall not be. So Cheers to that 420, baby.
He's the same guy that's got a whole team of armed guards that are protecting him every minute of the day, 24/7,
With those assault
365
weapons.
for the rest of his life.
With assault weapons.
Yeah. So he can fuck right off.
What was your other point? What was your topic?
It was Trump talking about there's a spot in America that aliens come to contact us.
Oh, wait.
And
Did we
Starship.
talk about Buster on the podcast and when we anticipate having him back on as a guest?
I was thinking about him recently. It was like, I think yesterday, I was thinking about him that I should reach back out to him. He said he was going to come back. He would come back on after he got in contact again with George Knapp, if George Knapp ever reads his book. But, you know, I don't know how that's going to go. George Knapp's a very busy man. So
very true. Very true.
I should reach back out to Buster and see what's
Just
up with him. We should
for
try.
how the
We got to reach out to Trump and see if we can get Trump on here, dude.
Dude, let's fucking go.
I got to find local celebrities in Folsom. I bet there's a few.
There's got to be some. Oh, God dang it. Oh, I was reading something yesterday or the other day about there was some celebrity. It was like not celebrity, but it was like a Roseville local. And I was like, oh shit. Or no, what's his name? Is from SAC. That's what it is. The guy, the comedy guy, the Indian guy. Come on.
Amir?
No, Hassan something. Hassan whatever.
Hassan Abi?
No. Or wait.
Amir Kamesh?
Is that? Pull up him.
I don't know.
Is he
Is he the guy that's on Flagrant with what's his face?
He's got a Netflix special.
Yeah, comedian from SAC. Do you know JR De Cruz is? He's a Filipino guy. He's all over TikTok.
Oh, no.
He plays the guitar and he does jokes.
Is he from SAC?
He's from Folsom. I met him at Crunch one time, Crunch Granite Bay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he used to follow me on Instagram. I don't know if he still does. Let's see. I have a celebrity with a check mark following me.
Hey.
He liked my videos. He used to like all my Trouble Fitness videos. Yeah, dude. He still follows me. You see that? I got a blue check following me. I'm famous. He must pay for it.
By extension, you're big time.
Is he say he's an Indian guy?
Yeah.
Indian comedian from Sacramento. Hassan Minaj.
Yeah. Yeah, not Avi Minaj. That's what it is.
I don't know if I've heard his stuff.
Dude, he's pretty funny. He's very liberal though.
Should we watch some of his stuff?
You can throw one on, and then I'll talk about the James Webb Space Telescope discovery.
Tax season is officially here. And I know how stressful that can be. That's why I put together this soothing ASMR video.
I don't like that one.
Yeah, I want to punch him in the goddamn mouth.
Let's see.
If you work for the government, your TikTok days are numbered because the White House just announced that federal agencies have 30 days to delete TikTok from all government phones. Yeah, that's right. President Joseph R. Boner Killer thinks that China could spy on us, but that's stupid because they use balloons now, Joseph. And you know what? China also thinks that this ban is stupid.
A Chinese official is responding to this move this morning, saying, quote, as the world's most powerful country, the U.S. needs to be more self-confident instead of being so afraid of an app loved by young people.
Okay, China? Oh, what, you trying to press me? Oh, you think America isn't self-confident? We call our national champions world champions. You understand? Listen, we call dibs on the moon. That's our moon. We invaded the wrong country and stayed there for 20 years. You think I don't have the self-confidence to just mindlessly stare at my phone? I'll do it right now, China. I'll give my soul to this thing right now, China. ADD. ADD. But seriously, do you want to know how I know that China is really playing us? China doesn't use the same TikTok. Chinese TikTok has a time limit for kids. It's capped at 40 minutes because China is smart enough to follow the fourth rule of the 10 crack commandments. Never get high on your own supply. If you work for the government, your TikTok days are...
Yeah, he's all right, but he's from SAG, you know, shouts out. He's a boy from SAG doing pretty good. But I'm sure
I don't like his accent.
I'm sure his accent?
Yeah, I like Indian comedians with Indian accents.
Oh, you think you should be saying TikTok?
Yeah, you should be talking like that. ADD, ADD, ADD.
Woo! Goddamn. Boy, now
ADD.
we banned for show. On that
ADD.
God damn.
Sorry, it just popped up when I was searching his name. ADD.
God
Okay.
damn.
James Webb. What's up with the James Webb?
With the James Webb, most powerful space telescope to date ever in human history. Yes, sir. Okay, so there was a study published in Nature Astronomy. Okay. Let's see here. Out of the University of Texas at Austin. So take that for what you will. Finds that 6 of the earliest and most massive galaxy candidates observed by James Webb so far stand to contradict the prevailing narrative and thinking in cosmology. The whole goddamn thing. The whole thing, okay? So, Texas is actually a really great place for astronomy. They have a lot of places with dark sky, and they're very far south. They do have more atmosphere and shit to contend with, but they get a better spread of the sky. And they also have very good data rates in Austin. It's like I think that's why they're hooked up to the James Webb there at the university. It's like they actually have like the ability to manipulate and work with the data. Anyway, let's see here. And I mean, obviously, like Houston, you know, that's like NASA fucking Mecca.
H-Town, ho.
Yeah. So, I already read this. Why is this? Okay, so there is an estimate that each galaxy, you know, that is seen. So these 6 candidate galaxies, right, that are the earliest, right, and most massive, the earliest and most massive galaxies, is between 500 and 700 million years after the Big Bang. Okay, so that's like the time that we're looking at, supposedly. And I'm going to get into why it's also supposed and how fucked up and how little we know about everything. But okay, so right now, this is what they're thinking, is that it's between 500 and 700 million years after the Big Bang. We're, you know, right now we're at 13.8 billion, right? Years. That's where we're at on the cosmic timescale. So this is very early, 500 million years, right? This is within the first billion years after the Big Bang. Yet, these measurements for these galaxies measure more than 10 billion times as massive as, you know, our sun, our galaxy. Well, it says sun, and I don't know if this is a typo. It does say sun. 10 billion times as massive as our sun. One of the galaxies even appears to be more massive than the Milky Way galaxy. So actually, no, that is not a typo. That is correct. So these galaxies, right, from 500 million years after the Big Bang, that's not a lot of time, for hydrogen and helium to even come into existence. Can you look up when hydrogen and helium formed? How many million years after the Big Bang hydrogen and helium formed? Because we're talking about full-fledged galaxies 500 million years afterwards. So when did hydrogen and helium even come into play? I should know that off the top of my head, and I don't.
First thing that pops up, it says scientists believe that around 100,000 years after the Big Bang, helium and hydrogen combined to make a molecule called helium hydride for the first time. But I also make a molecule. Let's see. Let me just look up when did hydrogen form.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing other things. It was like 380,000 years for the nuclei to cool and form neutral hydrogen. So I don't really know. There's
300,000 years.
It's
so
less than
less
than a million.
Less than a million. Okay, and we're talking about 500 million.
If they're correct,
No, that makes sense. That's just good for a time scale, right? So from the very first time that even an atom was able to form, okay? So let's cut the difference so people can think about it. Let's say 500,000 years for hydrogen to form. Let's just make it a half a number. We'll round up a little tiny bit, and we'll say 500,000 years for atoms to even form. Okay. So between the time 500,000 years the atoms formed and 500 million years, which is roughly 1,000 times as long, but it's in the cosmic time scale, very small. Each of these galaxies that we're looking at right now have basically 10 billion times the mass of our sun, like 10 billion stars in it. Okay. In 500 million years, which doesn't, so we do, there's a missing time scale there. So we need to somehow get from when the atoms formed to obviously there is a slow process of gravity, along with, which is also still contested, dark energy and dark matter being there, which caused all of that hydrogen that formed 500,000 years into it, and helium and whatever else was there, mostly hydrogen, to come into certain areas and then, get really dense and form stars. Apparently 100 billion worth of mass in these early 6 candidates. So one even appears to be more massive than the Milky Way, 500 million years into the universe.
The Milky Way is not that big though.
Milky Way it's a normal size. It's not huge. It's like Andromeda is bigger, and like that's coming towards us. You know what I mean? But Milky Way is not small either. We are a spiral. There are lots of small galaxies. Milky Way is like, it's 100,000 light years across, right? From end to end. 100,000 light years. You don't think that's that big? But
I'm saying compared to other galaxies. Like we've seen other galaxies, they're just the giant, like they don't have spirals like this, and they're way more massive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it's not like big. Yeah, 100,000 light years across is pretty fucking big. But I'm just saying, like the Milky Way compared to other galaxies, like there's other galaxies that are way fucking bigger.
Exactly. Just like our sun is not like a fucking, it's not it's not like a red giant, but it's not a white dwarf either, or a brown dwarf. You know what I mean? It's not like our star is not the average, right? The majority of stars in the Milky Way are red dwarfs. The vast majority are red dwarfs. I think it's like 80% or like 70% or something like that are red dwarf stars. And that's in most galaxies. Like that's the majority of stars everywhere. And we have a main sequence star. So if you look up, can you pull up the Herschel chart? I think that's what it's called. The Herschel diagram, Herschel Walker. I don't fucking know what fuck. Not Herschel Walker. Just the
Herschel diaper bag. That's the first thing that pops up. I got a chart pulled up of Herschel Russell diagram. I got a chart of galaxies right now and their size too.
Well, the stars. This is the life cycle of a star. The Hertzsprung-Russell, I think, or something like that. Yeah. So this is the distribution of star types that exist. So yeah, let's pull one up full screen.
Well, it's making them hella small for some reason.
That one is perfect right there. This one, just control and zoom, baby.
No, that one, that's as big as it gets. That's like 200 pixels. It's tiny. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right. So the vast majority of stars are red dwarfs. So that little tiny small end of the spectrum that you see, that's the vast majority of stars. Okay. We are right. You can see where it says the sun is. We're above the red giant, right? And we are going to continue into that red giant phase, that little bubble there. That's what our star will continue into. It'll go into a small red giant phase, and then it'll come back down, and it'll end up a red dwarf. That's what our star. But we are in the middle of the main sequence, and a lot of stars in the universe, just in the universe, are not in their main sequence. A lot of them are in their red dwarf stage, and that's like a theory on why we have life, is just because the extra energy of the main sequence that we're in, allows for that. But the other theory is that red dwarfs have a larger Goldilocks zone, right?
Because they're not as hot.
It's not as hot. You can have, and most of the, and I think we've covered this multiple times, but the rocky planets form closer to the star. Mm-hmm. And if you have a red giant, then that means more habitability closer to the star because red dwarf, more habitability closer to the star because they're less intense, and you can have those rocky inner planets be habitable. So that is why this is such a, where to go? Let's see here. This isn't really why, but this is slightly related because all of these stars that they're finding in these supposed 6 galaxies that are, from the early universe, all have main sequence stars in them. They're converting nearly 100% of their available gas into stars. You know what I mean? So that's what they're saying, is that these early galaxies potentially have converted all of their gas, like the hydrogen that was available from 500 million years onward, into stars.
Here's a chart of sizes for galaxies. Here's the Milky Way, 100,000 light years. The LMC, 158,000.
Large Magellanic Cloud. That's the Large Magellanic Cloud.
There's Andromeda. The diameter is 220,000 light years.
So LMC is 14,000. So that's much smaller than
14,000. Yeah, I read the distance. Then there's a Cigar Galaxy. These are common ones that people can see in the night sky, right?
Yep.
If you got a telescope. So that one's 37,000 light years across. Pinwheel Galaxy, 170,000 light years across. Sombrero Galaxy, 50,000 light years. Let's find a big one. Hoag's Object, 100,000 light years across.
That's beautiful.
Oh, these are just, okay, so these are ones that we can see, like with a normal telescope.
Yeah, so see, we're not small, we're not huge, but we're like right in the middle on
But
terms
these-
of galaxy size.
They're only showing spiral galaxies in this one.
No, there was
Okay.
some sombrero. There's some like, little whatevers.
The sombreros, isn't that a spiral though? We just see it on the side.
No, there's maybe that one in particular there, but there's there's ones that aren't spirals. There's ones that are just groups. Why the fuck can't I remember, dude? God damn it. You've got elliptical, you've got spiral, and you've got another one. But yeah, there's 3 galaxy types, main galaxy types. And spiral is just one of them.
Yeah. No, I'm saying on that they didn't have many of the bigger ones though.
Yeah, the bigger ones are just the clusters. You know what I mean? Just like the big circles. The elliptical. Elliptical is like the big, just like these ones,
Here's one. It's kind of blurry, but this one shows it. NG4889, the coma, 1,300,000 light years across.
God damn.
M87 Virgo is 980,000 light years across. So that's all I wanted to pull up. And then this one, IC1101, 6 million light years. But it looks, I don't know, from that picture, it looks like there's a shit ton of other galaxies. I just wanted to pull that up and have a reference for how big galaxies can get, just like how stars can get big, and how you know what I mean? Like our sun is a nice sun. It supports life, but then there's suns that are way fucking bigger. And then our galaxy is a nice galaxy, supports life. But then there's one that are also way fucking bigger.
The big thing that I wanted to bring up after all of this, and I'm going to skip a bunch of shit that I was going to talk about. I'm just going to get to the main point here, is that we can't know that any of these views that we're getting of these galaxies are accurate, because if there's dust in the way, that's going to stretch that wavelength that we're looking at. It's going to stretch it out. Okay, so that's going to make it look older, and that's going to make it look farther away than it actually is. So we need to get a spectrograph of this, and we don't have that yet. Okay. So the spectrograph gives us the actual chemical makeup of the object and how much of that there is. And then only once we know how much of it there is, can we calculate what that brightness means and what that distance means. That's the only, we have to have one of the variables. If we're just looking at it, there could be dust in the way, there could be things messing with the light, there could be things changing all of the data that we're getting. So based on what we have now, based on what we just looked at, if the masses and the time since the Big Bang are confirmed for these galaxies, fundamental changes to the reigning model of cosmology, what is called the dark energy and cold dark matter paradigm, which has guided cosmology since the 1990s, could be needed. In this study, the 3 galaxy candidates appear to be using up a much larger fraction of available atoms for their stars than expected, about 10% as usual. This data suggests that the galaxy candidates have converted 100% of available atoms into stars. That's what this data says. Which makes me think that's not what it is. But this guy from University of Texas at Austin is saying that. Mike Boylan, dude, look this guy up. Look up Mike Boylan dash Kolchin. Sounds like a spy. First name Mike, Last name Boylan.
I got it.
Dash. You got it?
Yeah.
University of Austin, Texas. Does this guy seem like a reputable guy?
I don't know. You want to see what he looks like?
Yep.
Mr. Producer, you got a bald head.
Oh, no.
Bro, look how big that dome is. That thing's so big. Bro, I could land a moon rover on that thing. Thing probably shines bright at night.
Oh, no. My boy, Mike Boylan Colshin.
I do have a, I got, dude, big update. I want to say, I'm going to do a hard shift right here, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. So thank you, Rich. Thank you, Ira Walks, for being in the chat. Rich says, the Gemini lives in Granite Bay.
Sage the Gemini?
Also, yeah, I guess so. But also, this is even bigger. Ira Walk says, listen to my song Angela in my shorts. The one is a minute long.
Yo, play that.
I don't know, dude. I do not know why. Like, I guess it was because in the chat, I can't just click on people's names and go to their channel. But so finally, I don't know why we haven't looked him up. He's got a channel. He's got like 400 something followers. He got a bunch of people. 450.
Iowa Walks does?
Iowa Walks, yeah. So I'm gonna pull up his song.
Is it risky?
I don't know. Let's see. Let me know if you know who this is. I don't know personally. Maybe I do. It's been a long time. We'll see.
Bite me on the neck, I'm too fast to stop me. Too fast to stop me.
Go Iowa Walks, dude. Legend. Hey, let's fucking go. Absolute legend.
Protection from these monsters. Angela,
Subscribe
to Iowa Walks, bro. That's fire.
From these monsters. Two-finger rhymes, got 2 fingers slimy, 2 fingers all the time.
Yes, sir.
2 fingers stank, 2 fingers all
Should we have asked
takes.
his permission before we just did that live on air, or no?
Can you make us a song?
Yeah, make us a song, please, Iowa Walks.
Did we work at Mountain Mike's or Iowa Walks?
Oh, wow. No way. No.
Maybe you're the one that made me who I am.
Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin.
Was he the delivery driver? No. He's a legend, though. Let's get it.
Brain waves flying off the radar into outer space, where it's way dark and cold. We stay out till morning.
Let's go Iowa Walk. Let's get it.
Anymore, but you're claiming you're the one. You're claiming you're the one that made me who I am. Made me who I am. Maybe you're the one that made me who I am. Maybe you're the one that made me who I am. I'm ill, still not myself. I'm ill, I'm still not myself.
Fire, bro. Let's get it. That was money.
Yeah.
That was absolute money.
We know who Iowalks is now. I don't know who Iowalks is.
I don't know who he is, but I know who he is, and he's a legend. Let's get it.
Yeah, thanks for always tuning in, bro.
Yeah, we got some Rich in the chat too. Let's get it. That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, Rich says, "What up, boys? Happy 420."
Happy 420. Hey Rich, I'm gonna have to hit you and Denise up later.
Rich also says
broke.
he also says, "I tell everyone at work I'm friends with a doctor and a scientist." Yeah, I'll patch you right up, dude.
Dr. Weber.
MD stands for Mongo Dongo. Don't you forget it.
Let's go. That's money, bro. That's money.
All right, dude. We've been going for over an hour and a half. You want to keep going, or
dude? I'm chilling, man.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Iowalks, and thank you, Rich. Thanks for tuning in. And dude, we finally put a face to the name for Iowalks, man. That's wild.
Dude, we found out it's not Darius. It's not Risky.
I kind of wish we would have kept it a secret, like
it could
have
still
that
be
mysterious. Yeah,
that could have just been a ploy that we just pulled. That people don't know.
He could just be like an AI created guy with a YouTube account,
just like the new Drake
on the
song,
internet. He just
absolute banger. The fucking new Drake AI song, so good.
No, I haven't heard it.
I walked in with Selena and my ex, and that dude is so fucking good. Him and The Weeknd, dude, banger.
What if Iowalks is just a bot online? He lives on the internet, like it's a living thing, but it's just internet. Lives in the Matrix. Is Iowalks from the Matrix?
Yeah, self-created. It could be Matrix Man. For now, he is Matrix Man.
The Matrix Man. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Right, cheers.
Until next time.
Happy 420.
I'm not partaking, but I am.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. Yes. Blonde hair.
This guy's German. It's German. All right, boys.
All right, peace.